Hello there, welcome to my final match of whatever this is. League. Playing VRSmith. Riverboat has Sorcerer. Wow. Wow. There's an all button, that's kind of fun. I don't know how that works. Let's find out. Wow. Just like what you'd expect. Okay, we've got war. We have a lot of things. A large amount of things. I don't know that the cursing is really worthwhile. You can basically make all the money you need off Vault, Paddock, Wharf, King Court. And you trash it pretty easily. I guess I'm gonna go Silver Poacher. It could be Oasis Poacher. Maybe Oasis Poacher. It could be Riverboat too. It's not crazy, it's just potentially some tempo sacrifice if you don't hit anything. Of course, if you have the 5-2, that's pretty nice. But this is okay too, just as far as it goes. Second 5, probably Wharf. I guess it could be Charm, but that's a little early. I'm probably gonna take Citygate here, which isn't great, but like, I don't know. There's some nice things about it. What would be, I mean, I don't think buying another Poacher was gonna be like hugely impactful. Unfortunately, depending on where VRSmith draws the Wharf and Junk Dealer here, I could just be out of it from the 5-2. That's just the reality. It's a little hard to fit. I guess I'll take a second Junk Dealer. It's a little hard for me to put the second Wharf in here. But obviously, VRSmith has only added 5s to her deck. She doesn't have anything else, which is pretty good here. I mean, the Poacher's alright, but I guess it's okay. I mean, she wants this Wharf in for the shuffle. It's not unreasonable. I have to maybe kind of play to try and... They still hit 5 again. This will probably be a Charm. It's actually not... Well, a Charm's reasonable just because you can use it later, but also because it's like a decent thing to poke to 7 also. You wouldn't have to get a Charm. You could get like a second Junk Dealer like I did. But Charm is pretty reasonable for VRSmith just because they don't have a silver and these other things. But drawing the, I guess you could peril at some point, but not over buying a Wharf here. Unfortunately, this is just too good of a turn. They'll get a King's Court, and then they can be... The next turn, they can do like Paddock Band Misfits or Paddock Wharf or something. I mean, they need a Paddock, but they don't have to get it this turn. You can get a King's Court, maybe King's Court your Junk Dealer, and then buy Charm, get Paddock, like I said, probably Paddock Band, but maybe Paddock second Charm, something like that. I think it would be wrong to not buy King's Court, though. I don't think there's like a really enticing alternative, frankly. And King's Court Junk Dealer, or even King's Court, even a Wharf. Next turn is, even though it would be crazy overdraw, it would be a pretty reasonable thing to do. But I'm going to lose so much tempo because where I have to buy a wharf or buy a King's Court, I still won't have a charm. So I don't think we're going to make it back anywhere here. I just don't really like that very much. Oh, they're going to do, does that work? Yeah, it does work. That's cute. Though it does require you drawing more of the things together. It's very cute. So they're going for loot, charm, gains, King's Court. The problem, in my opinion, is just that it's a little riskier as far as the draws, and I don't think they need that, like, the faster tempo at this point. They're already so far ahead of me. So I don't love it from that perspective. I don't find my wharf though, so it's not gonna probably mean anything, frankly. I guess I need to do it so that I can pick up a charms and a king. I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I didn't draw the wharf, so I'm just simply not gonna get this stuff together. But like it's very possible to bottom deck. I see, this is why I don't like it. It's more stop stuff, and then you didn't even really get the nice thing. So now this turn you're just buying a King's Court, I guess. I mean, I don't know what I guess this could be Charm and Oasis, in which case it does work. The loots are just not that condensed. I mean, loots are fine, but they're not as condensed payload as just playing King's Court on Paddock, actually. I mean, I guess they're about the same. No, they're not, because you king, and so you would play like 3 cards to make, or like 4 cards to make 12, and I don't know, maybe it all works out to the same. You could do 5 cards for 18, which is a little more, but so now they didn't even play the wharf. So I mean, this may give me a window to do something. They probably get to do their charm trick this turn. No, they didn't have the charm. So this is actually pretty bad for VRSmith too. They're not getting any cleaner. They don't have a King's Court yet. They have a Paddock, but they can't play the Paddock and the thing, so that's not ideal. I did whiff King's Court, unfortunately. So this draw isn't ideal. I mean, I could try to get the charm King's Court, but I don't have a... How much money would I have? 1, 2, 3. I would need $7 for that to be really good. I do have it. It's not gonna work super well on the King's Court itself. Basically, if I've the King's Court bottom decked here, this is probably a little better to do the... I could get loot King's Court Paddock. If it's not bottom decked, we might miss the charm, which would be pretty bad. Okay. So they can catch up pretty quick if they draw some nice stuff, but the deck is huge. Or not huge, but pretty big. I have just the 3 coppers left. So those 4 coppers are mine. So they've trashed 1 copper. They're gonna get King's Courts, so but if they don't pair the King's Courts with the horses, then they're in trouble. If they do, then they're in a good spot. So it's all basically on the back of this draw for VRSmith, whether they get king horse or not in this big deck. Or king, I don't know, cantrip or something, but because otherwise I'm gonna pick up quite a bit of stuff on this turn, hopefully. I mean, it's possible I ought to have taken another. Which one did I get? I got orb. No, they got orb. I got jewels. Jewels is nice in this deck, I guess. And I could dud 2. Pretty easily. Hopefully not like a full dud, but I wonder if I should have trashed another Okay. This will work. Or should work. Okay. I should have done this in a different order, actually. They probably don't mind if I... Okay. Are we in a pile out risk for me? Probably not. Okay. Spell scroll is probably pretty useful. I don't need a whole lot more than the buys I can get here anyway, frankly. I mean, I could have used them this turn, I guess. But I can shift to the charms to buys. How many charms is this? Charm is 4. I could province. One, two, three, four, 5. So I can play 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 actions. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 worth playing. I wonder if I should have changed. I mean, I can get one from a spell scroll, I guess. I wonder if I should have changed one of these to be... Well, I'm going to play horses too. Yeah. Maybe a vault? We could gain a vault. Again, if VRSmith doesn't have King's Court horse, then there's nothing. There's just no deck. This will get her somewhere. Hopefully not somewhere good enough, but it'll get her somewhere. And she won't have to worry about draw next turn. So I ended up with three paddocks. That's $18. One. I'm not gonna have three pile. I guess I could king a wharf too. That might do something for me as far as those go. She may still be able to maneuver something with the charms. I'm not sure. I hope not. But certainly we'll have the buys. Just a question of whether you can get the money while not exposing yourself to a three pile, I guess is the question. Because I may have King's Courts are gone. Estates might be possible. Not sure on that one. Probably not. Start with 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I don't think so. We'll see what. Those are all. not they're not getting king's courts, or they aren't charming for them anyway. They may change some of those. We'll see. VRSmith's always interesting because she plays the end games so precisely. But it's really interesting to see. The poachers don't die. I mean, if I can get 6 provinces, I guess I'm okay. What are the other angles for me to pile out? Like maybe charm King's Court Duchy is a possibility. Not very likely. That's like $40 and 8 buys. $42 and 8 buys. Anyway, we're gonna have to play some of these until we get king anyway. I have 5 of these horses, so we do need to sort of think about using them at some point. Okay. So now we gotta start calculating. Right now we have 5 buys, 6 buys. Okay, we're at 27 plus. We could get up to like 4. We can just take 6 provinces, right? 6 times 8 is 48. We only need 20 cards. I mean, we just have it easy. I think, if I can count. I guess I could have used all there. Okay. Um, she got unlucky in the middle, but I do think she threw a little bit. This is just that comp. It was just a deck comp issue, frankly. IMO. Well, this has a governor skirmisher, which is interesting. I guess I'm gonna open governor. I don't know what else I would open here. Guard dog could be interesting. I guess it doesn't really work out all that well in your favor because I mean, if they don't, when the skirmishers are gone, or I guess the bureaucrats would have to be gone too to fully make that work. I wonder if herbalist is better than nothing. But anyway, you can be pretty mean with skirmisher governor here. You do have to switch, I guess, to bureaucrats once the skirmishers are gone. But if someone gets ahead and is like gaining 2/5s and sending their opponent down to 3 cards, then it's going to be pretty rough for the opponent. And the Canal and Fair could be pretty good here. Would make your opponent be kind of locked out of copper trashing. It could be good. I'm going to say I actually don't know. I actually don't know if herbalist is better than nothing here. That's pretty unclear to me, frankly. I don't love this situation. I guess I'm going to remodel for nomads. I'm not sure that that's particularly good, but oh, this is gross. Take a silver. I mean, you take guard dog, you take silver. Is there something with Marchland that I just don't understand? You want it right now? Maybe. So they're gonna gain a skirmisher and then do the attack, which is reasonable. Oh no, they're not. Okay, not gonna attack. I might want a... artificer. One, two, three. I would like to do a remodel. I would also like to get to... Okay, well that didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. I would kind of like an artificer. Okay. Oh wait, I just need... How do I unselect all these? I just need 4. Oh my gosh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh wait. This is so messed up. Going for the... I mean, they probably have enough money here to do it. Well, for sure they now have enough money to do it. But fortunately, I guess for me, it's not gonna cripple my turn or anything. We may 3-pile. Not impossible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13. Guess I could have thought about gaining a bureaucrat instead, but if we get through these marchlands, that could be good. Do I want anything else? Probably not. That wasn't ideal. That's just a lot of money. I mean, it's just the peddlers. It would have been nice to just have the money, but it's okay. It's not an end of the world type situation. I mean, if we had enough money, we would have threat to pile out the marchlands, but already we're gonna have a little bit of threat on that front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $20. It was a lot of. I guess I should have done that in a different order. Would I have had it already if I had done it in the correct order? I don't know. It would have been close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 13. I mean, we would have had one more dollar. I guess it wouldn't have been enough, and it wouldn't have changed it. No, I felt like I was getting the better draws there. Patient Margrave is brutal. But we do have Village Green, but this is still pretty good patient as far as that all goes. This is going to be interesting. We probably will Divine Wind. 5-2 is quite good. You could try to... I don't know. Obviously, you still want the Margrave. Do you take the jeweled egg first here, since you just have the 5-2, and then look for your mountain shrine on the next one? It's possible to end up with like not having the villages, I guess. I don't know how Divine Wind interacts with this stuff, but assume it's still patient. We're probably just gonna have a huge bug. It's just gonna all crash. I don't know how it interacts with the loot stuff. Genuinely have no idea. Insignia is okay. Do I want another mountain shrine? Maybe not yet. I still don't really know what's going on here. Frankly. I'm gonna get to top deck whatever the new stuff is. That's interesting. I had super crazy draws there, like insane. As far as the village pairing, when I just like had one village smith, like I just hit every pair just stupidly. I guess this is gonna be like inventor stuff. We have mountain shrine again. This time it's not divine, but biding time is still gonna be pretty good here. Honestly don't know. I'm really bad with gamble, unfortunately. There's probably some gamble interactions you can do here involving mill and stuff to save you villages, but I guess you open Inventor Mountain Shrine. You still probably want to trash a little bit. It's like, I don't know. It's not. Well, the other option is like Inventor Silver or Inventor Hamlet. Isn't that crazy good? There's still some value in knowing when having control over the binding time and also just Mountain Shrine on play is pretty good anyway, so. I wonder if you're just supposed to. I draw. I wonder if you're supposed to just buy Vault. um, you can still. I don't know. This could be a mistake. It's not unreasonable, but it could be a mistake. I did forget about that. I maybe could have used that on my turn. Completely. I gotta remember Chameleon. Just get a nice gamble. That's unfortunate. Oh, see, they bottom decked all their stuff, so okay. That's something. Wonder if you're just supposed to take the inventors. Seems not impossible at all. The other option is to gamble, which could be a bad binding time for me. Or like Lost City or something. I'm gonna do this. Fortunately, we still didn't find the Lost City, so we'll see. Obviously, you would like to. I mean, I guess I could have trailed. Okay, so they're gonna bide here, get to set these aside. That's pretty nice. May gamble again. May take Hamlet. Hamlet's still pretty good. Gotta gamble. Now you get the Hamlet anyway. Or no, you don't actually. But we're gonna have a little bit of a race here. I don't know about the Lost City, frankly. See this. Don't trash. Don't love that for me. Really don't love this. Are they all inventors? I mean, some of them are inventors. Could have had a little better biding time there. I don't know if it was worth it or not. That might have been a mistake as far as just setting that stuff aside, though. I'd be a little worried about what that would mean for VRSmith gaining the inventors. I don't know. It could be a big mistake on my part. Didn't ever get an action in the trash. So I ended with one inventor, two inventor, 3, 4 inventor, 5 inventor, and I think I have a 6th. I think it's 6-2 right now. I mean, I think there was another one in the bottom there. I mean, if you get 4, then you can still do the... You can still gain provinces with it. You just can't... Well, no, you can't, actually. But duchies might be enough. I mean, if I have a big turn where I get several provinces and duchies, then it is a little hard for VRSmith to come back. But for all I know, VRSmith, well, piling is... There's no way. Doesn't have hamlets. There's no shot. You're not going to have enough money. You can... I mean, you do get to, like... reuse some things, but not enough to pile out 2 other piles. Let's get the abundance down, which is something you probably will need. You get like a vault, maybe. Goes for an abundance. Okay. You can buy the trails for money. That's cute. That's really cute. Okay. Well, I'm gonna for sure need to do some of this so we can wait and see if we find a hamlet or something. Maybe in a spot where I'm just like biding time, frankly. Well, that's not ideal. I don't want to lower them too far, frankly. I start to worry about the pile out at that point, which I may be in trouble for regardless. I don't know if I'll have a turn now, frankly. I could buy province. I could vault and buy province. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose, right? Then the biding time isn't doing anything for me. I think I kind of had to do something like that. It just wasn't good enough in the turn. And probably VRSmith will pile. You can gain 4 hamlets. You probably gain enough hamlets and trails to do it. May not even need much else. We'll see. But otherwise, I probably should have done that the previous turn a little bit more, but I assume they're gonna get the buys here. Or get enough buys here. 2 more inventors, that gets you down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. I do have a point lead. You can gamble some of the hamlets though, so you can get extra by that way. And then the duchies are, well, you probably have enough for a province. Probably needed to stop sooner on my turn, honestly. Not even lower the trails by 2. Was probably an issue. So they had some slack there on the gamble stuff too, so they could have gotten a couple more things, to be honest. So I'm not sure that lowering mattered. To be honest. Well, I have rats. I mean, if you hit butcher, I guess you open it anyway. You can do advance. The 5-2 would be better, but like fine. But the 5-2 would be better. I don't even know that this is by any stretch like the best angle. This is not a good patrol board. I guess you can roll a $2 rice. There are enough pure treasures. Or I guess you can roll a $1 rice. I guess it's got to be raise. Oh, what a draw. Oh, that's infuriating. I guess this one probably is silver. This is a bad reshuffle. As far as the tempo, I'll still be able to do some stuff, but it's like pretty rough tempo hit. It's okay though. Do you just want another rice or another raise even? Do you want a silver? I mean, buying, it's not, I don't know. I guess you're just trying to cycle to butchering things until you have. I guess it's got to look like this. What's the angle here? Okay, so I do want some other draw, probably. Here's a question: whether the envoy or the patrol is better for this situation. I mean, the envoy could be nice, but could also be dangerous. I don't know that the patrol draw whatever will matter, but I also don't know if you like get a rice. To like, you can buy coppers and then there may not be that many rats left by the time. I mean, there should be some rats left by the time we get there, but So I don't have any rats anymore. Whoops. I mean, I could get another rats. I'm not entirely sure that sequence was good, but well, I'm pretty thin now. But I do not have a rats, which isn't ideal as far as that payload aspect goes. Mostly because I still have 3 coppers left. It would be better if those were $5 cards instead of coppers. But that's kind of where we are at this point. Oh, I don't love that aspect. But I'm also... I could have played the raise. I guess I needed to play the raise earlier. Play the rats, trash a copper, play the raise, trash it. Would have probably been better when I stopped here, or when I butchered this thing. Should have played the rats, trash a copper, and then played a raise to try and find the patrol. We may have got some more horses out of it, which is something. But anyway, I feel a little behind. Not hugely, but just the payload differential from the rats gains are going to be probably make enough of a difference here. My only hope is like maybe putting... it's not going to work. It frankly is just not going to work. Not against VRSmith, I don't think. What I was going to say is I could put a little in-game pressure just by being first player, first mover on a butcher board. But I don't know that it's going to pan out. VRSmith can probably manipulate around it just fine, frankly. So I doubt that that will look too much for me. And other than that, I just don't really have payload. Didn't help to have it go this way, but yeah. She still has 3 coppers. She has 2 at the end deck, 3 coppers. It's just not gonna probably work all that well. But I will still play it out anyway. I guess I could have done that in an order where I top decked the horses. That would have been good. That would have been good and made sense. You get another butcher, or you get another bazaar. VRSmith will be pretty well equipped to gain duchies as well. I have to win this game to have a chance to tie Tracer. Or a tie it, I guess. But I'm not going to have that option, so I basically have to win it. For a chance to beat Tracer. I had a decent shot after the first 3 to make it out in top, but losing that last game hurt. Was in it at least. What was that game? Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't quite play the game all right. Or I had an unfortunate turn as far as the bottom deck stuff, but buys a patrol. They're just getting a lot of stuff, frankly. They're not gonna dud, I don't think, so that's gonna make it all pretty difficult. I have 3 butchers. Trash to the silver, interesting. Did they sort of dud here? I mean, even a sort of dud. Probably won't get me there. This is probably not a sort of dud at this point. They have a lot of butchers. I'd be interested to see what that turn looks like where if I don't kill that rats, I still draw off it, and if I do, then it's got to be way better. I could get it down to 5 provinces here. But that's with milling. That's only having like maybe 4 real ones. That's going to lose to touchy stuff for sure. Unless they dud. I could play for a dud. But they can probably set up. So unless VRSmith is really silly and drops the provinces down to 4 here. Then I can win. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking at a play for dud type situation. Which is not impossible. It's not necessarily super likely. Oh, but you're gonna, well, yeah, she top decks draw. That's gonna be pretty hard. So if I had another butcher in deck, it would have limited the options quite a bit, but I mean, it changed a little bit to put draw on top here to guarantee no dud. Costs a little treasure, coffer, whatever it is. There's no rats out. Unfortunately, that would be fun. I don't think there's a rats out. You gotta trash 6 things, and then I'd still have to gain all those butchers, and no, there's no way. And a province and an estate. So we could eat up a lot of the provinces and then force VRSmith to find the duchy stuff, but I don't think it'll be an issue. 4 or 5. They have the rice too. Because I can't get like all that much good stuff. I guess I might as well do the envoy last. And just have the butcher. Doesn't really matter too much. Unless I think I can rats out. I don't think I can rats out. Okay. I mean, I guess there's enough stuff to trash for the rats. Almost. I had the patrol in hand. I mean, if I go this. It's actually kind of close. Is it like one card short? It's like two-ish. Two. It might be as much as 3 cards short. I don't think it works. We get a rats. The problem is, I mean, we gotta try it. I don't know if it works, but we like have got to try it. Did I do this in the wrong order? It was just never gonna work the way I was envisioning it. I don't think. I don't think it ever is going to work. Maybe there was a way. I could have only gotten up to like 24 points, so they would have just needed a couple of duchies. It would have been easy. I'm not sure. I don't know if I needed to play a horse at one point instead. I'll have to go back and try it. I mean, I could have, of course, also played for the dud. I think it was incredibly unlikely with the top decked stuff. And otherwise, I just couldn't manipulate around what was happening there at that point. Unless VRSmith messed up. So I was short actions. Was maybe short actions and card. Oh no. It was kind of close. I could have gained the 2 rats first, but then I don't think I had enough gains to do the rest of it. Honestly, this is a good blockade board. Most boards are good blockade boards. What did I trash to do it? I think I wouldn't have had a fuel to do the province gain also. I think I was like short a card and possibly actions. Keep saying that, but I do think it's true. Well, it's pretty good to be able to do your... We can get Watchtower, which will help a little. We don't have any trashing, but you can do Vault. This is a nice little kingdom, actually. This has got nice interactions and some interactivity, and there's both defense and attacks, and some good stuff. But obviously this particular sequence is pretty difficult to deal with because they can keep blockading the blockades, and you kind of have to wait to get a watchtower if they do. So it's tough, and they probably ought to keep doing that. So I almost have to put the watchtower in hand just to make sure I draw it and can use it. I mean, you can eat a curse too, I guess. It's not crazy, but this will be kind of difficult to deal with. Watchtower, of course, also has the get around blockade. Like if you want to gain and play stuff with your blockade, you can do that as well. And I didn't even hit anything. Well, I couldn't. There wasn't like a world where you get anything out of that. Not really. We're just going to be too far behind on gains here. Most likely. It is a nice kingdom, and if you're playing someone worse than you, this wouldn't be such an issue. But when you're playing someone really good, the turn 3 blockade is close to GG's. So it's a little unfortunate, but it's the way this stuff kind of has to go almost. Try for a vault soon. You need a vault to really make the, like, oh, maybe you go Oasis Vault here. I don't know. Yeah, if you blockade a workers village, you can do a lot of things. I think that's fine as well. We didn't get anywhere here. I am a little surprised that just because you already had a workers village set aside from your gain to not do it that way. I wonder if I had a fortress trick opportunity. I don't think I did. I didn't really have that stuff set up. But here I still would kind of expect like Vault Oasis, but if you if you go blockades, that's fine too. You're just gonna get out of range no matter what. Royal carriage pretty good. I would like Mastermind's actually not very good here. Not especially good anyway. Oh, this is unworkable. Unfortunately. I guess did get a little dud. I don't think it's going to be enough to mean anything, but unless I could pile. But I don't think I could pile. There won't be a second dud, unfortunately. I mean, I could try and draw the other workers' village. This wasn't really any worse than doing the other way. What did I don't have anything. I simply don't have a deck. We can push piles though. I mean, there's no real reason not to. Even though it probably like a pile out this turn. There's not really a reason for me not to, and just hope for weird draws or mistakes. This stage. It's just way too far apart. I wonder if you can get the curse. Carnal is interesting. I think the Carnal is probably pretty useless, but okay, well. Alright, fair enough. Touche. I don't understand it. I don't understand the second one for sure. The piles are way too low for that to like be the thing. You could just be, I don't know, whatever. It's a little confusing to me, but probably buys a province. Maybe Duchy Watchtower. I don't know. Didn't set aside villages or anything. So it is using the scouting party to kind of check on that. Does take the duchy. I mean, it's true that the Cardinal did give me sad times just because I don't have a Ronin. Oh, I should have maybe bought a Ronin. Maybe I'll get lucky. Wow. Would you look at that? So I'm going to mule this. I don't know. Like the odds of the top thing being good are kind of small, but I still don't have threat as far as that's concerned. Vault. I don't like the select all button there. I think maybe once I get used to it, it won't be a huge deal. But right now, I don't like it. Maybe I just need... Maybe I just need to get lucky and not do... This is a lot of junk. I don't even... Maybe an Oasis, but I don't know that there's even enough to like trigger shuffle. Unfortunately. Just play to get extremely lucky. This doesn't even really play into the get extremely lucky angle very well. To be perfectly honest. I guess VRSmith did dud though. But my deck was so bad, I just didn't even have a way to like angle for that. Like I could have had a Ronin. I guess I could have done like Ronin Fortress, Ronin Worker. Ronin Workers Village and get the exiled watchtower back. Maybe we could have done something there. But as it is, we didn't really have a lot to go off of. This is probably suicide type play. But maybe they don't get back around to all the blockades. They played the vault last time too, right? So it's not completely wild to think that they get a little stuck here. I'm going to get real lucky and get the 4 wins. I'll just be a half game behind Tracer, unfortunately. I need Minion Pawn to take another game. Someone else to lose one fewer, I guess. And end up okay season. I mean, there were games I was pretty, on the whole, I had a lot of fairly lucky breaks, I would say. They're going to buy a province. Yeah, okay. So we're just kind of just messing around now. The decks have gotten crappy enough that we're basically just goofing. Sort of with the caveat that I don't want to push the piles too far. Because I don't think I have a pile out anywhere. We sure aren't going to make double province money. We just try to make one. This I'm not really sure. I don't know what the play there is. So we can trigger this shuffle, but it'll be too big. It'll have all the estates and... But if we just draw 4 and then do the vault, we'll at least just be up to the end of it. I know that it's like we're missing out on playing stuff, but I don't think there was a super safe way to get through all that. Unfortunately. We can make it so they have to buy an estate. Okay, well. That was GG's there. Probably here they can, I don't know, they only have 1 Ronin and 1 Watchtower, so it's not like they can have any expectation of drawing a lot of cards. Nobody got up to a point of having a good deck, actually. I didn't really have a chance to, in my defense. But VRSmith sort of intentionally opted to not do that by getting a few of random things instead of like focusing on the Draw to X Vault Oasis synergy stuff, which would have probably looked like getting Royal Carriages. Or didn't he? They kind of split their attention a little bit. They could have either focused on that or focused on the more of the blockade stuff. They did a lot of the blockade stuff basically, but at the end there, I don't know, the Cardinals are sort of giving up control. And it doesn't matter. I'm going to dud here, so. But is it interesting? Interesting kingdom. I guess I could have, but Scouting Party would have been terrible for me. I guess I could have played through in the hopes. I could have played for more stuff, and then like hoped that I could Scouting Party away some of the crap that I would have been putting in the shuffle. Okay, that doesn't help. Also, I guess it sure don't matter. Doesn't have a lot of extra there. All right. So I'm gonna make it out in like third or probably. I'm safe, but I will not promote. But fun season, and I hope you enjoyed watching it with me, and I'm planning to play in the next one. So catch you all later.